I'm sure some of you waited already. I'm in Mexico. Greetings, I'm Aurena Gatifola. I'm a psychic, I'm a healer, multidimensional being, the admin of the Curing Group. But anyways, guys, you know who I am. I'm just using the lavender oil, and I pimped my ride. And I cleansed everything. I made some herbal tea. I hope you did cleanse your home and cleanse yourself. You know, this is a healing. If the music is too loud, let me know, because I will reduce the volume a little, but it should be fine. It's most important that when you do healing, you know, it's not the healer's mission to do all the work for you. What a real good healer does, he stays in his own good vibration, he cleanses himself, and most important, he guides you to be on your own path. Okay, so he will not carry your burden, he will not take on the responsibilities, he will not listen to all, sorry what I'm saying, all that blah 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 blah. Okay, it's not about that, it's about really releasing and healing. Okay, so guys, hi Shruti. Greetings from India, right? Okay, so first of all, thank you for joining that session. It's a very low budget because I want to make it achievable, possible for the people. Hi David. Oh, David, I think, yeah, he joined yesterday night and he's like 666. Oh my gosh, and I'm like, what silly. Number 6 is the number of the lovers, which is the number of love, which is the heart chakra. Okay guys, the church culture, so many things, and let's start already. Hi Aga, hi, did I say already Shruti? I'm not sure. Yes, I think. David, hi. Okay, hi Mila. Okay, wow, everyone, wow, so many people. I didn't expect that. Okay guys, awesome. That's good, then we can also interact, you know. Okay, first of all, it's like there's me, there's you, there's we, there are our parents, society, school, work, friends. Everyone is pulling, everyone is pushing, everyone has a different opinion, and you're like lost in the middle. Hi Cameron from Hawaii. And you're like lost in the middle, and it's like, who am I, why I'm here? Hi Anya. And then you're so confused. But in the end of the day, if you're being really honest with yourself, it's always about love. You're wanting to be loved, you want more love, it's not enough, you're not happy, you don't love yourself. It's always about love. And why do you, like, and everyone says something, right, different, and then why in the end of the day do you do what others want? Because you want to be simply loved. And that fucked up part here on this society, on this I don't know what to say, on this earth plane is, yes, we have manipulation, then we have heartbreak, we have betrayal, we have cheating, we have lies, and then, you know, it's like as a baby you are like clean and pure, and you come to this planet and then everything is fine. But then when you come into I have a body, I have, hi Volker, I'm here on this earth, and there's my parents, and my parents can get upset. And you feel like, oh my God, they're upset. What did I do wrong? No, it's not about you, it's about them. But in the end of the day, it's about you, because there's something you created that. So there are certain things which causes trauma, which can be ancestral lineage. Of course, I just mentioned all the people surrounding you, like family, parents, friends, work, school, kindergarten. Even an animal, right? If an animal disappears or doesn't wanna hug you and cuddle you, like, why don't you wanna cuddle with me? I mean, you know, we all have our own way of doing things, even an animal. So what is trauma? Trauma is a dissociation. It's like you coming to earth, you being a soul, you're being complete, right? But then you have body, mind, and soul. You have this life, you have ancestor lineage, you have past lives, you have different dimensions, and that all of this is us, right? But what happens when you have a trauma? When you have a trauma, there's something missing, but not because you learned there's something missing. There's really this emptiness. What you will always see is people who are traumatized. When you look in their eyes, it's like they have this starry, their eyes is like, I don't know how to say it, they have this starry look, and it's like cold, and it's like, I mean, you can see, like when you look at me, it's like, oh my God. So, but they have that, it's like this cold, blank, there is no emotion, there is no life. It's like a kind of a robot look. And people who are traumatized having a very hard time expressing their emotions, showing affection, or being able to receive affection. Okay, so that's about trauma. How does it show up in your body? You might be, do you know the people who are like very stiff when they sit, they move, and even when they dance? It's like, have you seen German people? I'm German, right? So when they dance, it's like all very, you know, like robotic. And then when you look at the Latinos, they're like, hey, you know, they move, and it's round, and it's curvy, and it's like, you know, it's shaky. And the people from Rio, like they have their samba, you know. So you can see each country has their own background, their own trauma, and you can see it on the body, on the physical structure. You can see it on how someone moves, how someone walks. You know, the people, like the hip hoppers, they have this, you know, the jumpy style, and then, you know, it's like you feel like, okay, they're like some fairy being, they jump, and it's like they move, they have this joy-go-lucky move. And then you have people, they walk very stiff, they don't even lift their feet, and it's like their hips are very tight. So you can see if someone has trauma. Even their skin, when you can see auras, it's like more grayish, there's no life. Like when you look at me, you can look at my skin color, there's this like light bronze golden, but it's also like this kind of rose color. So in the same way, it's like, for example, if someone is full of fear, it's not rose, it goes into the reddish color, and you see reddish everywhere, even on the skin. So you can look at the eyes, the skin, the body structure. Okay, all right. Trauma is actually a dissociation from yourself, from your emotions. Okay, and why? No, not because it's bad, it's actually a protection. People who are traumatized, they're trying to protect themselves, and that's totally okay, totally understandable. Where does trauma come from? As I said, ancestor lineage war, it's not even yours. If like you had like the best life ever, but you're totally traumatized, it can be in your DNA. In your DNA, that means it's in your store, in your body, in your cell memory, all right? Okay. So that's how you can, what is trauma? Then how do you find out there is trauma? I want you to take that pen and paper. You had homework to do, right? And I hope you did drink enough water. You have water with you. You're using aroma oils. Please write down parents, school, friends, work, religion, biggest trauma, sexuality, culture. Make different sections and write down, like, okay, Shruti, can I take, I hope it's okay. I mean, I was living in India, you're from India. Let's just give different examples with all the people who are here. The Indian culture, I just want to give some example, has a big issue about sexuality. Even though the Indian culture, the Hindu tantric culture embraces sexuality, it's still forbidden. Why? Because we had the British people coming in, the Catholics, and saying sexuality is a sin. So for no reason, people have guilt, have shame, there's rape, there's abuse. We have those stored in our body, okay? It's a cultural trauma, right? So if a man, especially in Sri Lanka, sees a woman, me wearing like this, they totally lose it, and I'm not kidding, that's the truth. They totally lose it because for them it's already, they're getting triggered, they have this sexual arousement, and it's just me being a woman. And here in Spain, I can run around in a bikini in the city, no one will say anything, they're like, whatever, you know. You know, each country has a trauma. The Germans, I'm half German, right? I'm born in Germany. We have this, oh, Hitler, Nazi, you're a murderer, blah, blah, blah. So people, oh my gosh, we have to, oh, we can't say anything. We're like, oh my God, we are like the worst people ever, blah, 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 okay? The Hawaiians, right? Cameroon. I was in Hawaii 4 months. The Hawaiians have a beautiful culture, but when you're in Hawaii, the funny part is that the Hawaiian tradition is not really embraced within, like, their tight communities. They have their traditions, but you will not come and see it. You will go to the hotels and have the Hawaiian experience, which is weird. And the Hawaiians, they also got chopped off from their roots. There was also a lot of black magic. Black magic is not something which is out of this world. It is actually negative thoughts, negative beliefs, manipulation and control, okay? So yeah, that's just some examples, okay, just to put it out there. Of course, trauma, biggest trauma, sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. We have this trendy word right now, oh, narcissistics or narcissism. Yeah, what? Yes, the narcissistic or the narcissistic people, they are traumatized, but so are you, because you do attract them, okay? So, and yes, trauma doesn't come always from others. You can also abuse yourself, and that also can cause trauma because of your upbringing. Like if you are being this wonderful creative artist and fairy energy being and Syrian or Pleiadian light being, and you just love water and you love sport, and your father and your mom, they're like this earthly beings and it's all about numbers and they're just so different than you, and then they keep telling you, you have to study, you have to do your numbers, you have to do your calculation and your figure. You can't go to the water because your parents are scared of the water, but you're like this mermaid or merman and you just want to go and swim and you just embrace it and love it and you can't. That's actually traumatizing to you. And then maybe later in life you could create a fear of water, even though your true nature would be, I love the water. Why? Because your parents inducted in you that water is bad. You have fear of water, not knowing why. All right, so those are traits, things you can like look into it. Okay, all right. What happens when you have a trauma? You create kind of a shadow aspect of you, because that it's like, let's stay with that example. You love the water and your nature's just going into the water and you just fine, but your parents and your society is like, oh, water. Like in Sri Lanka, for example, most of the people drown, they can't swim, and then everything related to water is like so dangerous. It's like, what the heck, you know, guys? I mean, of course, if you can't swim, you will drown. It's not the water, it's you guys teaching each other how to swim and, you know, to get used to the water. Like the Hawaiian, they can go like in, I don't know, in a 4 or 5 meter wave, they just dive in and then they swim, and it's for them normal. They will not even look at you. They will just, even the children jump around and jump into the waves, and those waves are really strong, trust me. So it's the culture, you know, it's the culture. How much support did you get? Did you get any support being yourself? And now write down, who are you? What do you truly like? What did you always like as a child? And what did your surrounding not approve of? Religion, kissing your boyfriend, holding hands, and religion says, no, you can't. Or the workplace, yeah, it's like, you are bubbly and cheery and you want to play music, and they're like, no, keep quiet, silence, you can't talk. Okay, write it down. Who did affect you when you were little, and how, like, write those things down. It's so important. I have a tiny notebook, and wherever I go, wherever I travel, I have a to-do list in the back, and I know what I love. I love water. I love flowers. I love colors. I love music. So I have things in the back of my book, things I love doing, especially when I have times I'm not happy. I know I need fresh air. I know I need to go to the water. I know nice music lifts me up. I know that I have a to-do list like yesterday, just be spontaneous. That was day before yesterday, so I was like, okay, I need to be spontaneous. It was raining here, it was stormy, and I said, you know what? I'm going for a swim. And I always had this cenote in my mind. It was cenote jaguar, and I need to go there, I need to go there. But every time I wanted to go there, it's like I had something else. Something else was more important than myself. I was like, no, it's raining, it's windy, I don't care, I'm going. I went. Oh, it was awesome. It was this beautiful place, only one family because it was raining here all over. And then I jumped, I think from 5 meters, I just jumped in. This guy came, he's like, oh, you can do a zipping. I was like, what? Like in Germany we call it flying fox. It's like this how do you call that? You know, that string, and then you fly over the lake, you know. So he's like, oh, you can jump from there. Like he didn't even think I'm scared or whatever. So it was like this 5 meter jump, and he's like, oh, you can jump from there. And I'm like, okay. So I went there. I didn't think much. I just jumped. And the people who were there, they were just looking, and I'm like, yeah, cool, I jumped. So then after swimming, I went out and I did 2 times the zipping, and I'm like, yeah, I'm flying, and it's awesome. And I just did it for myself, and it was awesome. And then when I came, there were a group of zip line. Thank you, Anya. So there were a group of people, and they were celebrating birthday, and I was like, thank you, I'm so blessed to be in this vibration of celebrating with someone a birthday. So I was full of gratitude. And then after this, I went back into the water and swimming, and I was thinking, oh, because there's a cave system, right? It goes really deep, and you can, I don't have a mask. So there was one guy, and he's like, you know what? You can have my mask. And he even gave me the snorkel, and it's like, okay. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I said, can I use the snorkel because COVID, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah. And he was not worried at all. And I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful. And then he's like, what's your name? And I was like, I'm Agatha. And he's like, okay, come. And then he showed me, it was awesome. It was like this mystical place. And I was like, when I left, I thought to myself, a few years ago, I wouldn't have done that. When I was little, I was scared. I wouldn't have jumped immediately. It would have taken me a lot of time to jump. If someone would have said, hey, go with the zip line, I would have like, what? I did it once in Munich, and it took me a lot of time, and now I just did it like that. It's always about exercise practicing. You need to know who you are, and if you don't try, you will never know. So make a to-do list, things which make fun, you feel you always want to do, and you were scared doing it because of beliefs. I want you to do, write it down, next page, beliefs I have because of religion, parents, culture, country, society, work, school, kindergarten, friends. Maybe you want to do something and your friends holding you back and saying, no, don't do that. You know, let's do it together or not at all. And because I was in Playa del Carmen, there were 3 girls, amazing, beautiful girls. And we said, okay, let's go for a swim. And I said, okay, let's go. And then all of a sudden, one girl said, no, she doesn't want to swim. And the other 2 pulled back and said, okay, we are not going to swim. And then I was in the ocean, I was swimming, and I was like, oh, it's nice. And then I looked at them and I felt sorry. And I was like, wow, that is one reason I'm not much into this group dynamic, because also when I go dancing and in clubs, I always tell my friends, you know what, and they know me by now, if I come and join you, I want to be able to do whatever I want. Like if I want to dance because you don't want to dance, I will not stop dancing. If you guys, I don't know, want to drink alcohol and I don't like it, I will not join you having alcohol. And I promise you guys, the moment you step up for yourself and you know what you want and you know who you are, no one ever will force you to smoke, to take drugs, to drink alcohol, or to do things you don't want to do. It's inside of you. And I'm coming back to the trauma, don't worry. It's just, I want to explain, it's like how you can be and how can your life be. And trauma is also, it's like an abuse. It's like you don't know where your boundaries are. It's like breaking the will. It's like your parents broke your will, forcing you to study something or to be someone you're actually not. Like, let's say, I'm giving examples about myself, but you can give me also an example about, but if it's small, I can read it. Like, I always used to do a lot of sport and I could eat like really a lot and my metabolism was like really strong and I would be like this lean girl. But my foster family, they didn't see me as pretty. They made me feel worthless because, and that's something very important for you star seeds, okay? For you, otherwise you wouldn't be here, okay? That's something very important for all of you. Your surrounding might block you unconsciously because they're scared of your powers. So you having trauma because someone passed away, you're left behind, you don't have your soulmate anymore, you're having physical issues like your body is hurting, you know, trauma can cause pain because it's stiff, the energies are blocked, the meridians, the energy is not flowing, it's like your cells having, it's like you're imprisoned yourself because you're scared of your own power. You're scared of your shadow self, which you created having the trauma. And now, next page, write down. What do you feel, what do you think, what you believe is bad about you? I just released something and I knew it. Yes, I knew I have anger, I have temper, and I haven't had it like, oh my gosh, guys, you have no idea. I can be like an atom bomb. You know, I can like create this crazy vortex just because I have this energy in me, because when I was little I was not able to express my emotions because I was in a surrounding where I had to fit in. I have also stood up for who I am so many times. Yes, there are so many places where I'm not me and I know. Yes, but it's the thing, you don't have to stand up for you anymore when you release that. So ask yourself, what are you standing up for? And why do you have to stand up for whatever you're standing up for? And who around you is mirroring the shadow in you? So when I had a fiance, that's 11 years ago, I loved that man, I really did. I had my wedding dress, I had the ring, everything. I moved the country, I left my own business, and his brother had a drug addiction. So a lot of things happened, and there are family of, they don't express their emotions, but I do express a lot. So I pushed it down, and because of my upbringing, I was scared, I was insecure, I didn't know myself. So I had this huge anger, destructive anger towards me and others coming up, and that's what trauma does. It's self-destruction, okay? Write down, next page. In which moments are you self-destructive? Like you love salad, but you maybe can't make salad. You love to cook, but you cook only for others. Why can't you cook for yourself? You love doing sports, but you're like totally overdoing it and you're like throwing up. Some people who are into sport, I used to love sport. It's like they throw up because they are violating themselves. It's self-destructive behavior. Lack of focus and drive, ability to follow through with what I say. Yes, that means you're not giving priority to yourself, Cameroon. And the question is, why do you believe you're not important to focus, like to do something for yourself? And maybe if you don't have the drive and the focus, is it really something you like to do? Does it give you passion and fire, or is it something you think you should like? Write down, what do you really like? Try it out. And what do you think you should like? Okay, those, you make a to-do list, you do that. That's like 2020, you do 3 things at least before this year is over. Homework. Hi Anya, mostly I have need to sleep a lot when I'm home with my parents and brother and sister. Yes, that can be a sign of you don't wanna interact with them, but maybe they drain your energy because you want to be peace and stay away from them. Okay, all right. So keep going. So this anger, I just realized, to be honest, yesterday, because maybe you have to process something. A true healer heals something in himself before he works with others. So yesterday I realized, I was like, oh my God, I created weird relationships and I stood away from people. And yes, because I controlled my anger. I was scared of myself, of my shadow, and that shadow is losing control, going wild, going crazy, getting angry. And I was like, oh my God. And then I looked at my shadow self, and I will do that in the exercise with you in a moment. I just want to continue a few things. So we're going to do an exercise in a bit. So I want you to breathe in and out, close your eyes, breathe into your heart, and no, you don't stay with the energy with me. You feel yourself, close your eyes, you can listen, but tap your body. Another thing what trauma does. It's not about judging, okay? I mean, I have been at this place where sexuality is this crazy energy where you want to feel yourself, so you would change, you have different sexual partners because you want to be loved, you want to be felt, you want to be touched, right? Because you don't have a connection to yourself. So it always shows a lot in sexuality, like child abuse, physical abuse. It's a lack of affection, it's being dissociated, and then it goes down from heritage to father to son, all those things, violence. So I had this part of me that I always was looking for the right person, and then when I kissed a man, I thought, oh, when I kiss him, I need to sleep with him. But when even the kissing was stupid, I slept with that person because for me it was like something I should do. And that is something you need to find out and try, like, can you pleasure yourself? Can you have intimacy with yourself? Can you have an orgasm? Just being yourself, pleasuring yourself. Then you know how you interact with your body. Like when someone touches you, just gently, do you feel it? Does it arouse you, or does it, give you a feel of warmthness? Like when someone hugs you, are you comfortable, or you don't like to be touched? To be honest, I don't like to be touched because I don't like the frequencies of people. But if someone has a beautiful heart, I love the hug of those people. That is something you need to learn. Why don't you want to be touched? Why do you want to be touched? Is everyone allowed to touch you? Is everyone allowed to come close to you? Those things, next page, write it down. Intimacy. How do you live your sexuality? And then I realized, I don't like those men. Why did I sleep with them? Of course, yeah, I learned a lot. I can teach a lot of people now. I would never repeat the way I did it, but for me it was love, and it was expressing emotions which I tucked up, and I couldn't express emotions in another way. Because you want to have a kick, you want to have an excitement. Like people, I was thinking about it yesterday, like when I jumped into the lake, 5 meters, it's not just a normal thing. It's like many men wouldn't, and I'm a woman, and I have noticed even jumping from 2 meters that, it's like not everyone would jump into like a certain depth, because when you jump, you're letting go of control, and you get the tummy is lifting, and it's like you're losing control, and you're doing something which is like out of control. And doing the zip line, it's something, you have to trust, maybe the zip line can break or whatever. Of course, yeah, I have those emotions, and I thought, no, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm safe, I can see how he does it, I'm letting go, I let it happen, and I'm like, wow, I'm enjoying the view. What do you control? Which emotions do you control? For me, it was anger. I controlled my anger. I was scared of the power I have, because, oh my God, when I do something, I can move mountains. I can literally move mountains. So what are you scared of? Which emotion? Is it anger? Is it the power? Is it you're too affectionate? There's no too affectionate. Are the people, the right people around you? That's the question. Are the people around you supporting you? If they don't support you, are you supporting yourself? Being honest with yourself, that's the most important part. Are you honest with yourself? You have to be bloody truthful with yourself, okay? So write that down, please. So it's about your boundaries. It's about creating your life. It's like if you're a palm tree, you like the heat, you can't be in the you know, in Alaska with the snow and the cold. You need to find out what kind of plant you are, and then you have to trust and, you know, do whatever. Do the tiny little, don't do big steps, you know. If you want to be self-employed, then do the tiny steps. Start doing and creating your own business. Start with a page, start with, I'm giving you so much more information I'm not even supposed to do, but it's about doing the tiny steps. And then you have the changes you want to have. But also it's like you should not please your family, you need to please yourself. Mostly I have need to sleep a lot. Okay, we had that. Oh my gosh, I relate. Okay, all right. Hi, Agnes. Hi. Okay, so let's do the exercise. I have spoken quite a bit. Do you have questions so far before we start the exercise? Please drink water again. Pee. If you want to pee, go and pee. Pee and poop, but not too long. Yeah, for example, I don't like meat. My foster family in Germany, people live on meat, and then they made me eat meat all the time. But then I noticed as a child, I would never eat a duck, a rabbit, or a deer. And that was so strong with myself that when I said no, like I said it, no, I swear by God they would let me be. Why? Because it came from deep inside of me. So this is something like I had to eat many times meat, even though it's not what I like, which is not my nature, okay? So that is when abuse already starts. You need to stand up for the things you like and not like. I don't like milk products. I don't like dairy. I am lactose intolerant. I didn't know that till I was 21, but I never liked milk. And in Germany, they had that stupid belief, oh, when you drink milk, it's healthy. It gave me tummy cramps, and I didn't like it. But that's what culture and belief does. You have to trust your body. Just because I tell you, oh, you have to get up every day and do exercise, but you get exhausted and you feel miserable doing exercise every day. But you notice, hey, when I do it twice a week and I rest and I do exercise, it makes you feel good. That's what it is. You need to get to know yourself. Okay, do you have any questions? If not, then I would start with the exercise. The war is another trauma, big trauma, because in the war, people have to kill each other. People, because of the belief, they're not safe. In the war, people are traumatized because of the rape, because they lost everything, you know. It's like people are traumatized of not having enough, you know, losing things. I said no to my flatmate that they didn't allow my girlfriend to come visit me, but they start arguing because they are scared of COVID, and I need to do with them. But that means you're also still scared of COVID. And the question is, Aga, why are you with people who are so scared? That means you also have lots of fear. Some cultures are about the collective, other about the individual. How do you reconcile that? Cameron, that English is a bit too complicated. I'm not getting it. Some cultures are about collective, yes, like something which happened in the past, like a war, a trauma of war, or the culture. And then other about the individual. How do you reconcile? That is something you can observe yourself. Like, let's say, as I said, if you start analyzing yourself, what you like and you don't like, and there is a weird fear and weird behavior about something you have not, you know, and you observe, like even the beliefs, it comes from your parents or your surrounding, then you know this is something which is maybe in society. Like in India, like everyone would stare at me wearing this. That's society. But if I go to another country and I'm wearing this and it's totally okay, then I know it's not something individual, it's something which is in the collective of the country, right? So you have to write those things down, and then that it will make sense to you. Not everyone has the genetics that digest. Yes, it's just an example. It was about what you like and you don't like, and your body tells you already, because I didn't know that I have lactose intolerance, but I never liked milk. I hated it. They live like in a big trauma. I'm often stressed. Yeah, but then the question is, why don't you move? But we're doing the healing today. You can write that down on your list. No question for me. I came in late. I will rewatch the beginning. It's okay, fine. Hi Laura from UK. All right, guys. Okay, let's go to the exercise. If you hadn't gone to pee and you drank enough water, please breathe in and out. Breathe into your body. And take the list which creates the biggest fear in you. Please focus on yourself, all of you. Laura, focus on yourself. Breathe into your heart. You can rewatch the video later. I'm looking for room already. Okay, that's good. You guys have to do what makes you happy, you know. Okay, let's release the trauma. Breathe in and out through the nose, into your tummy. The air has to go into your full body, into your tummy. Your tummy has to be big. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you breathe out, Laura, please put the hands on your heart. All of you put the hands on your heart. Tap your body. Do you feel your body? Are you inside of your body? What is the connection, the relation to your body? Do you have to overthink things? Do you need a kick to feel yourself? If so, that means you're dissociated. You're not body, mind, and soul. So we'll do one exercise. Close your eyes, all of you. I'm serious. I can feel that, you know. Close your eyes. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth 3 times now. Breathe into your heart. Mouth light open, not. And you know, you have to sink into your body. Then you say loud, keep your hands on your heart, say loud, my dear loving soul, please come into my body. My dear loving soul, you're 100% in my body. My dear loving soul, you are 100% in my body. I'm body, mind, and soul. I'm 100% in myself. Breathe in and out and you will feel a shift. Yes, awesome. Well done. Stay in that energy. All of you, I can feel that when you jump out. Stay in that energy. Keep breathing. You can close your eyes. Look, feel your heartbeat. Feel the rhythm of your heart. How do you feel in your body right now? Please bring up all the fear and feel the fear in your body. Why are you scared of yourself? What is the part in you are scared the most? Is it anger? Is it not trusting yourself? Is it you're not good enough? Is it you're insecure? Is it you're not worth it? Bring it up. Feel it. Place that energy, that shadow self in front of you. Look at that shadow self. And it's very dark, and no, it's very scary. And then breathe in. And from your heart to your shadow self in front of you, ask your shadow self what you want. What is your shadow self saying? And whatever comes, it's all right, it's correct. Yes, breathe in. What are you telling to the shadow self? If there's a question, ask that shadow self. Why are you? How old were you when you left me? It can be in this life, it can be another life. And the number which comes, it's correct. How old were you when we split, when we became duality? Breathe in and out, trust yourself, it's correct. You're doing awesome, awesome, awesome. Ask your shadow self, what happened that you dissociated, that you became the shadow of me. Yes, awesome. Ask your shadow, what do you need to tell me? And your shadow self is allowed to be angry or sad, whatever it is. Your shadow self is allowed to say anything. It doesn't have to be nice. It can even say, you know what, you're a fucking asshole. And you just please listen. Ask your shadow self, what you need that we can become one. Trust, it can be a symbol, it can be a color, it can be an emotion, it can be a situation, it can be something you can do, it can be anything. Listen. Yes, keep breathing into your heart. You're doing all very well. You're awesome. Tell your shadow self, I'm so sorry for whatever happened. Because if I heal myself and I heal you, because you are me and I'm you, we are helping and healing our family, our ancestral lineage, and we are healing the collective. And I love you very much, and I'm so sorry that I'm so scared of you. But you just scared the living shit out of me because you're so dark and I can't see you. Look at your shadow self, the darkness, and what we do is we're doing a contract release. So you say, in this life, in my body, in other lives, in past lives, other dimensions, other realities, keep your eyes closed, hands on your heart. Feel it in your body. Yes, fear can come up, all emotions can come up, anger can come up, it's all fine, we're releasing that now. In this lifetime, in other lifetimes, in my ancestor lineage, in other dimensions, realities, we are healing and releasing the trauma which is in the cell, DNA, organs, meridians, aura, in the whole of my body, in the bloodline, in the collective, on earth or other planes, stars, universes. It's going to be released right now. Thank you. Breathe in. Repeat, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. I'm releasing myself and I see the real me. I remember who I am. I'm bringing light into the darkness. And in the darkness there is light. My shadow self is beautiful and it protected me. Breathe in and out. Look at the shadow self, what you see. Awesome. Okay, that's so cool. Awesome. If there's still some darkness, that's okay. You can rewatch that video and do it again, but I'm going to show you some symbols after that. And just say, you know what, I'm so sorry this happened, but I will not regret it because I learned a lot from you. You protected me and I'm realizing how much you love me and how much I love myself for protecting myself. That's what trauma does, it protects you. I'm ready, I'm a grown up, I'm ready for changes, I'm open for changes, I'm open for healing, and healing is change. I'm ready for changes because I'm worth it. Breathe in and out and please melt with the shadow self. It's not even a shadow anymore, it's a soul fragment, a soul part of you, which is a gift, a talent, an emotion which is coming back into your heart. Breathe it into your heart 3 times. In and out. Bring it into your DNA, into your cells, into your organs, into your meridians. Breathe it in, into your whole being. How do you feel? Tomorrow getting up from the bed, how do you feel? How do you feel from 1 week later? What changes does it to you? How do you feel in 1 year from now? Being you. Breathe in and out. Move your arms, move your body. Have a sip of water, take your time. Don't get up, don't run. It's a very strong energy. If there's any color you need, you breathe in the color. Okay, I want you to please write me what you felt. How did your shadow self look like? What happened? Tell me what happened. I'm going to show you 3 symbols. Please look at them, breathe them in. Look at the symbol, breathe it in. Look at the color and the symbols, breathe it in. And breathe out. Yes, 3 times. Okay, next one. Look at the second symbol, breathe it in. Breathe it out 3 times. Third symbol, breathe it in, breathe it out into your whole being 3 times. And now drink lots of water. Stretch yourself and tell me what you saw. Those cards are actually light codes. One is Beleza, but I don't know what it means. Beleza means like Beleza, Bella. Bella means beautiful, must be something which is the beauty of life or something. Maternidad. Matern is maybe about, I will write it down. Let me Google it and I will write it down later what those cards meant. Okay, you saw purple to orange. Awesome. Purple is like third eye, and orange is the sexuality, the second chakra. I can't see clearly, Agatha. Doesn't matter. Whatever you felt, it's right. You know, whatever is there, it's right. We are all different, and you can do it. You can redo it. Any other one who felt something? Yes, you can feel dizziness, you can feel your body moving, that's fine, it's releasing a lot. So you can message here please on Tuesday. You message here on Tuesday what changes happened. I don't want a long story, just the changes which happening in the next few days. You have to drink enough water. Please go into nature and do a swim. I'm serious, guys. Go into a swim. In a pool, in a public pool. If you have a lake, even if it's cold, put your feet till the knees into the water. I'm serious. Okay, guys, whatever. Okay, Gray had a bound down and needed to purple string to connect with my body. Purple and black, awesome. Again, purple is third eye, and the black color can be black is a neutral color, which is actually a kind of protection. I felt my feet were getting numb. Okay, that means it's working on your root chakra. I saw hazy light, mist. Okay, that's nice. Burst of emotions and crying. Awesome, yeah. Yes, it's totally normal, and cry. Even tomorrow, day after, if something comes up, cry. Please, guys. Crying is healing. My shadow self was a small black triangle and represented what I neglected to do prior to my moments. My father died then. That was 22 years. Oh, wow. Oh my God, yes. Black can be also, you know, unlived grief, and the triangle is the physical, like you haven't embraced the grieving. So black can be also grieving. Yellow and green. Yellow is self-worth and the heart chakra. Now I feel rainbow colors in me, and I felt rose. Oh my god, rose smell is the Mother Mary energy, so it's the mother healing. It's great. And whatever you all have, it's a collective, so it all applies for all of you. Okay, my shadow self was scared, dark with no face. I took in pink color. Oh yeah, self-love. I ended in white and then in purple. Wow, that's beautiful. Guys, you're awesome. Video went down. Agnes, that's okay. You can rewatch it later. Alright, guys. My cat freaked out during the session. Yes, because you're changing your electromagnetic field, and cats can see energy. So it can be that she takes some time to recognize you, and then she will come back to you. But let her be, because you need to stay in your own energy. It's something good, you know. It's something, give yourself a own hug and cuddle yourself and be there for you. And allow yourself to grieve, Volker. That's like, if people haven't allowed themselves to grieve about a loss, about their parents, it manifests in a pain, you know, pain in the body. I had big time back pain before my dad passed away, and I did palliative care. And I had to do a healing in the ancestral lineage to remove that was like this burden, you know. So well done, Volker, well done. All of you guys, do you have any more questions, because I have to move on? What's the time? Yeah. Any questions? I want you to please message here in this group. All of you make your own post on Tuesday, the changes you felt, okay? And yeah, please also experience your, I mean, in the Facebook Arcturian group, if you have experiences the changes, please post that. It would be awesome. My cat freaked out. Okay, Shruti. Guys, do you have any questions? Please make sure you drink enough water. No coffee, no dairy products for today and tomorrow. As I said, right? Follow the instructions. Okay, guys, then I really hope it did help you. This was a very, very special limited edition. I'm not going to do this again for €5 and 55 cents. Okay, that's like something you guys needed and deserved. I saw me in years very happy and not gave as about what others did. Awesome. All right, you're welcome, Shruti. I had thought not to listen to my house and just, yeah, you do what you feel is right, you know. If they don't support you to be with the person you love, what the fuck? Fuck them. Seriously, what's wrong with them? 11:47 a.m. for me. Okay, thank you, Agnes. Thank you. You're welcome, Volker. Yes, it is a lot to process because it's a lot of information, and I usually don't do that on video because already it's like me talking is very intense. Do we need to burn this list? Oh, Anya, you're awesome. Yes, please do your own ritual. Go in nature, burn the negative beliefs and everything. But after you have done the transformation, and when you have integrated that healed energy, you burn that old paper and say, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. And then one more time you inhale that healed energy. What do we do with it? Yeah, okay. I have had to cut people out of... Yes, that's healthy. Setting healthy boundaries. What do you think how many people I got rid of in my life? You know, I mean, I love my family. I really do. It's just they're very different, and I don't miss them. We are taught to learn to miss our family, but you know, we have a soul tribe. We have so many other people. Like wherever I go, I have people here. They're like, you know, I have a much deeper bond with them than with my own family, and I do love them. It's just that we have different ways of living life, you know. It's your choice, you know. I mean, the kids of my brother, they call me, they message me, and I love them, and they always say, when are you coming back? I don't want to go back to Germany. It's not on my path right now. And you don't have to do something you don't want to do when it doesn't feel right for you. You know, you have a life mission and a life path, and you chose it for a reason, so stick it up, you know. Do it, because that's what makes you happy, and at the end of the day, and that's healing. Okay, bye guys. What you could do, that would be awesome. You could take my YouTube list, like Aurena International, and share it with other people, friends, and like-minded people, or maybe other groups. That would be so awesome if you could do that. I mean, if it feels right for you. I mean, to share my YouTube channel, that would be something I would really appreciate, you know. if it feels right in your heart. Okie dokie. Bye guys. Drink water and go out in nature now. Smudge your home and open the windows. Okay? Bye.